Listo, súper.
¿Listo? Entonces, ya ahí los escucho y los veo.
Listo.
Perfecto.
Uh, Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Linda von Waldorf. I'm here from Indianapolis. And today I have a very special guest with us. His name is Pablo Hoyos. He is a young entrepreneur from Colombia. He has developed an amazing company, and he has reached success in just 3 years. And that means 6 figures. So Pablo Hoyos, it's so nice that you are here with us today. I am very excited to hear your story. And I know that you are very young and that I want to hear more. What motivated you? Were you looking for an opportunity already? You were very young. You were probably in school when you started this. So please tell me what motivated you to become an entrepreneur? Because I know that most of us, and that was my case, we are always with this chip in our head that, hey, go to school, have good grades, go to college, then get a job. So, wow, you are out of the normal pattern. So, what happened?
Okay, hi Linda. It's very grateful to be with you today. I'm sorry for the people for my English if you maybe not don't understand me, but I'm gonna make my best so we can get along in this conversation. Well, it's true everything you say. Um, since I was a very young kid here in Colombia, like about 12 or 13 years, my father was very insistent of me making my own resources, winning my own money, making my own path to greatness. Because he's a guy who worked since he was a very young person, right?
Right.
So since I was in school, my motivation, let's say it was, or my energy was focused not only in winning this, this, I don't know, like these classes, I would say, but also in making resources that will give me the making that income that will give me the possibility of eating in lunch, of having my own money to go out and buy different things in the shopping malls, or having my own like like my transport. I don't know how to say, like my car or the bus or the taxi. Or here in Colombia, we used in that moment a lot of bus and taxi. So let's say that I have a chip that was given by my family that I had to work to get my own stuff, to make my own path, to make my dreams come true. So since I was a very young kid, I looked out for very different, let's say, type of business to win money, to make an income, and I found, let's say that, a very difficult way of creating money. Because here in Colombia, and I'm going to talk here in Colombia right now, it's difficult to be an entrepreneur because there are not many, let's say, opportunities to so you can knock on those doors, or try to manipulate different type of businesses. Because here, if you don't have a degree, if you don't have the opportunity of being in school and then in a college, then you won't be able to work for somebody. So basically, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you got to get first cash. So you buy some resources, and then you go and sell them to the public, to the people. And since I was very young, I managed to get, like, let's say, this little amount of money, and I started selling candy. Um, I don't know how to call it in English, but jojos, pirinolas. I don't know if you can.
You
All
were doing all
this
kind of business since you were in school.
yeah,
That is
all of
all.
this kids toys that we
Right.
used back in those moments, since I was a very young kid. Um, and I try to make business out of all of those things, and winning literally a very few or little amount of income. I mean, the let's say, for example, the earnings were about 2 or 3 cents, but I was making my own money. I was buying my resources, then selling them and making a very little income, but learning how to make my own life, how to
Right.
win my own things, my own things.
That is
And
amazing.
I think people doesn't have that type of mentality. They're just waiting to get wasted in parties, to lose their time, to use drugs, to make things that, yeah, I know they're fun because people want to do that, but people don't want to work. People don't want to create their own history. People want greatness. People want what these YouTubers have, what these people on Instagram have, what these people that are the real billionaires in the world have. But they don't want to work. They don't want to hustle. And that's a term that in the United States I know that they use. So I started working like this. Then I started making parties, electronic music parties. I started making this type of parties of 300 people, and getting the booze and getting all these things and making income out of what people wanted to do. But I with the time I figured out that it was very complicated to not only have earnings of parties, but to have like the retain of the money, like to really have it. Because when you're in a party and the party's good, what are you going to do with your income? You're going to reinvest it in your party. So
Yeah,
you end up
of course.
partying with the people that's paying you. So that has no sense.
Yeah.
But that is the mentality that we in Colombia grew up with. And I know many people in the United States because I've been in the States a couple of times and I've met different people in the States that are only interested in that false propaganda that the world has given us of of partying, of having these expensive clothes, of being in debt to get all of this stuff, but not of working it and buying it with real cash. So after a lot of years and a lot of mistakes, because I'm not going to get in the detail of those stories right now. I, after being working more than 5 or 6 years, the only thing that I really accomplished was to get a lot of debts and big numbers in debts. So when I was 18 years old, I was I was messed up in
That
all
is
the
so
areas of my
funny.
life.
You're 18 years old and now you're filled with debt. That is so
Uh,
funny.
exactly. I was 18, and the only thing that was in my life was problems. I was messed up. I was a mess. So in the school, I was literally losing all of the classes.
Right.
In my family way, I had a terrible relationship with my parents because they wanted me to study. I wanted to make money. I didn't want to study in that moment of my life. I wanted to make money, but one thing and the other in that moment in my life, we're not getting along, and it was very
Let me ask you,
difficult.
yeah, let me ask you something. So your dad was a huge influence with you, right? So you wanted to make money. Why? Did you watch your dad? Is he an entrepreneur?
He's an entrepreneur, and let's say like he's got his own money,
Right.
but I didn't have no money. He never gave me money. He never he never make it easy for me. He just encouraged me to make things right, to go and work, to go and make things happen. Because in life, what you want, you got to go and get it. You got to find a way to make it happen. So when all of these things happen, and when I had to study, but also have to make money, and the way of making money was partying, the one and the other didn't get along. So all the debts, all these things, all this social dilemma, let's say like that I was living in, it only made me fall in depression because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what else to do. Nobody would help me, no money. I wanted to go out. I wanted to have a great relationship with my parents and with people, but it wasn't easy
Right.
because all of the things that were happening in a young kid's life were just too much. But the thing is that the easiest way to look life, it's like it is very hard. No, I can't do it. No, it's too much pressure. And fall in that victim's state. Like like it's no, the world is against me. And the real thing is that the world is just this. Life is. You can't change it. You can't you can't just be complaining about it. You can't just be in your house or with your family or with people saying that it's too difficult. Because if life is difficult, then what are you going to do? What are you going to live with?
So
What
what?
are what?
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, so it's okay, it's okay. But what I wanna say is that life is it's like it is.
Right.
You can't be complaining about it. You gotta make your own way. You got to look at the ways to make your dreams come true. Or the other option is working for somebody else who is actually making something happen for his dreams to come true. So when I'm 19 years old and my life is messed up, I receive one call. I get one call from one friend in one of the schools I studied because I know the schools, they're different there in the States.
Right.
But here in the same, let's say, like town, there are plenty of schools. There I know there's one public school and one private school or something like that. I was in several schools here in this town. And I get one call from one of these kids, and he tells me, I know that you're having a rough time right now, and I think I have an opportunity that can change your life. But you got to be humble and listen to it and open your mind because this is different from what you've been doing all your life. So I basically gave myself the opportunity to listen to somebody else, to understand something different, to to be humble and say I don't have all the answers, even though I've been working my entire life.
So that when your friend called you, you were already in a down point on your life, right?
Mhm.
And you were at a moment where you were open and you just desperately wanted something, some way out. So when he gave you that opportunity, you took it and you embraced it right away, or was there a process? What happened?
It wasn't that easy. Actually, when he called me, I didn't think it was possible
Okay.
that something so easy would give me this amounts of money. But when I literally sat down and listened and understood the project and learned crazy things about the company, this outstanding product we have, that's something crazy because it's unique, it's good. I mean, everything is wonderful.
Right.
And then I learned that most of the millionaires right now
Mhm.
in the world back up with their words saying that the best way to make a great income and to have this passive income, that this is the most powerful thing. Because maybe if you look at the project like something to give you very big cash right now, it maybe not be of your interest. But when you learn how much money you can make in 1 of 5 years in a passive way, in a way in which you don't have to be every day working like a crazy, and the other word that people use, and that you're going to have an income because people is literally drinking coffee because of you, that changes everything. Because we as young people and old people can't expect a business just to give you big amounts of money one day to another. You got to work things out. You
Right.
got to make it happen. I mean, there's people that are millionaires literally worked for 30, 20 years to make huge amounts of money. And people want easy money and right now. And I know that you can make 2 or 3 jobs. You can make two jobs. You can make two or three different business. But if you give strategic time, intelligent time to a business like this, and you get it, and you make the amounts of money this business can give you tomorrow with this business income, you can make a lot of businesses. You can get in the real estate. You can get in the business you want because the numbers are big. So when we start, when I in that moment of my life, when I understood what the business could mean, not instantly, but at least in 1 year, 2 years, I said I have to do this even if it's not my plan B, my plan A. I'm sorry. I have to do this now because tomorrow, this is what's going to give me the possibility to make my life bigger, to make my incomes bigger, to make my possibilities bigger.
Right.
So when I understood all of these things that I'm trying to tell you right now, I didn't hesitate to make it happen. I took the opportunity because I said, how else in the world am I going to make a 6, 7 figure income? And I mean in dollars because we get paid in dollars.
Right. Right.
From 1 to 5 years working right now and passive. That's impossible.
Yeah, you have to be Michael Jackson or
I mean, you gotta be in the music industry, or you gotta be a very talented sportsman. But I mean, that's a very low percentage of people that have those abilities.
right.
So we regular people that just want to go. I mean, win in life, but don't have those type of opportunities or gifts. What do? We got to be intelligent. We got to look out for different opportunities that can change our lives,
Right.
and that in short term, giving a big amount of energy, or at least giving your will, a real will, you can make different things later on. So when I understood this project, I didn't have the money, and we're talking about $1,000. That's nothing.
Yeah, you
But I
were
didn't have it.
for too much partying.
That's exactly too much party. But I didn't have the money. I didn't have the people.
Right.
I didn't have the time. I mean, I was in school. I worked, and I have a girlfriend. I
Oh,
mean, I remember the day I told that girl that I was going to stop seeing her for a while so I could make a different income. She almost, I, I mean, that was crazy.
right.
But I had my priorities right. I knew that the most important thing in my life in that moment was me, was my own future.
Yeah.
That didn't hesitate. I didn't care if my father or my mother wasn't going along with me, or my uncle or my girlfriend. I didn't care because people's not going to go along with you. People's not gonna support you to take decisions that are going to make you in a better position in the future than them.
Right.
People basically are, I don't know how to say it, but son resignados. They are, they don't have expectations for life.
Yeah, and a lot of people have a very negative connotation when it comes to network marketing. They have something already in their mind. They don't want to find about it. They hear something, oh, it's a pyramid, one of those things. No, but
And that's a funny thing because people make those type of comments,
right,
but they don't even get to the little letters. They don't study about the thing. They don't understand the business. They just say it like in a deliberate way, and that's not the way you gotta understand business. Here in Colombia, there's a saying that says, "El peor negocio el que no escucha." The worst business is the one you don't listen.
right,
And if you don't go and listen to a different opportunity, then what do you really know? What are you really doing? Is
right.
it enough what you're earning right now? And I think the answer is no, because the global crisis is something everybody knows.
Right. So
So when you go and you get in the detail of the business, you understand.
right. So let me ask you something, Pablo. You said that it was really that at first it was difficult, but you were desperate. So you took the opportunity Did you find a good system? How did you find the focus? Because if it was that easy, there will be so many millionaires that that you could not handle it. So what did you do differently from all these other people that try and they don't achieve anything? I know right now there is probably a lot of people who may have started this type of business or who may be in the fence looking at you like, wow, this fellow, he's so young and he is already making 6 7 figures. Are you kidding me? So they want to know more. I mean, what did you do different? How did you put the focus? Did you find a good system? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, I think that most people don't create the results. I don't know how to say it in a different word,
Yeah, that's fine.
because people give up. People don't have what it takes
Resilient,
to to get in front of the process. The process is just the process.
right?
You gotta embrace it. You gotta be in front of it. You gotta be there. It doesn't matter if it's hard, if it doesn't work. I don't know, but when you got a dream and you want that, you just make it happen. And that's the way I was raised up, and
So
that's the way many people is raised up, and that many people are making out something of life. But there's a lot of people that just get in their beds and say that the life is very hard. I have this way of thinking that and this is I'm going to say this, and after that I'm going to answer the question of what did I do. I have this way of thinking that if you want something really bad, you just make it happen. And when you in life want something, it doesn't matter what's happening. You just find a way. But people just dream too small. And if you dream small,
love that.
I mean, that's why you don't do anything. That's why you don't move. That's why you don't make things happen. So that's a very important thing that I have to say. But when I started doing this project, I was 18 years old, and trust me, there was no 18-year-old making this business. There were a lot of these old fellas with this I don't know how to say it, like tuxedos they used in the in the office, and I was zero identified with the people that did this. But I didn't care. I was here for the income. I wasn't here for the people. I didn't care. I mean, I said, if these people are doing this project, then why can't I do it? I mean, these people, I have more energy than them. I'm younger. I mean, I can make things happen. So when I started, I of course I changed my way of dressing, of combing and my hair and everything, and I had tattoos, so it wasn't easy at the first like impact when I started doing this, but I had a very simple obsession, and was to create the first and biggest young people team in the entire world.
That's
And there was one guy who brought me to the project that was, let's say, like 2 years older than me. That he and I had the same mentality. We said we're gonna make the biggest team of young people, of youngsters, making a network marketing project in the world. And I think we have achieved it, because this guy's got a 12,000 or 14,000 network
mhm.
in the entire America, well, America and South America. I
Leader.
have a network of 6,000 people,
Got
and this has been made in 4 or 5 years. I mean, that's very very few time. That's short time. I mean, if we've made this movement,
right.
and I'm talking about a lot of people, in 4 or 5 years, then I mean, what could happen if somebody else in the United States with 10 times more people than we have in Colombia?
Absolutely.
I mean, it would be huge. It would be crazy. But there has to be someone that says, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make this happen because I want to change my life, because I want to make things different. I started paying all my debts. I I mean, in the first year, it was very good. It was a very good year. I started like learning different type of things, different type of. I mean, a lot of things happened, and it was like the year of knowing the environment of the new project I started doing. The second year was amazing because there was a good income. The third one, it was crazy, and last year, I mean, we're talking about real money. So, and not only money, the time to spend it how you want, to make the things you want, to change your life, to say today I want to do this and nobody's going to stop me.
So you
I
have
mean, I live here in Medellin.
yeah.
I live here in Medellin in my own, let's say, condo, so people understand. In my own condo, I'm 22 years old. This is about, I don't know how to explain the measurements of the size of the place, but I have my own car, and it's a very nice car here in Colombia. It's a Toyota 4Runner that I know that's not very known there, but here in Colombia it's a very nice car. I've traveled the world. Last year we couldn't travel because of the COVID-19, and we are still in the same position. But in 2019, I mean, in that year only, I was in Malaysia, in China, I was in Italy, I was in Holland, I was in France, I was in Spain, I was in Mexico in one of the four biggest hotels in the entire world. I was in the States. I was in Cartagena like six times in 1 year. That's a great place here in Colombia.
Right.
And all of that in 1 year, and I had the time, the income, and the people, because that's another thing. You start gathering around with people that's got money, that's got different type of vision of life, that have different expectations of life. So all of this is the process I managed to live in 4 years. And 4 years working is nothing.
Yes.
So the question is, what's going to happen when I've been here 7 years, 10 years?
I
What's
was
going to happen to
I
you?
was gonna ask you that. What's next? I mean, what
I mean,
where do you see yourself in 5 more years?
I mean, the projections, of course, are big. My dreams are getting in the real estate business, but not as a kid selling condos and doing those little businesses, but as someone who really owns a corporation. I don't know how to call it because the terms in Spanish and English are very different, but making huge business in that area. I want to travel the world. I want to party. I want to have a great life. I want to enjoy my years. I'm very young right now, but I've been working a lot of time to have these things, and I've worked my ass off, as you say right there in the states,
Yeah.
to make these things real. So if I've made it real, if I made it make it happen, why can't you? That's my real question. So that's basically a very little, let's say, appreciation of what I want to accomplish in the next years. The thing is that I don't have the right words to say it in English, but it's I wish I could take it down to numbers. But my projection here for 5 years would be to have at least 5 or 7 or 6 million dollars in real money,
Right,
in
right,
different places. So that's 5 years from now.
right.
But today I gotta work. I gotta make things happen so that happens. It's not like I'm gonna lay down in bed and that's gonna happen one day to another. No, I gotta make things happen. I gotta keep growing my business, and you have to do the same.
Absolutely.
So that's basically what I hope out of this.
That is so cool. So now let me ask you, what are you most proud of? And And I know that you have gained a lot of money, but have you, what else have you gained in this whole process? I mean, because
I mean,
just
the biggest thing that makes me happy, that makes me feel full, is being able to change the image I had, being able to show the world and the people that we young people can make a difference, and we are the ones that have to make a difference. And that's my opinion, since my, I mean, from my position as a young guy. But I know that a lot of adults can make the same, because some adults can say, oh, he said this is for young people, so we won't make it. No, that's not true. But we people, we youngsters, we have shown the world that people can make things happen.
right,
You don't have to be the best. You don't have to have many, I mean, like, specifications to make things happen. You just got to have the courage to make it happen. You just got to have that fire inside of you that says, okay, let's do it. Right now I'm a coach, I'm a therapist, I don't know how to say that, of like in psychology, I mean.
okay,
And I give different uh, speech. I don't know how to say it,
yeah,
like in the world. I mean, Colombia, I've made a lot of interventions in different type of coliseums and all type of stuff, showing the people that you can make things happen. Having that coherence, or I don't know how to say it,
have
like
courage, yes,
uh,
courage,
coherencia. I don't know how to translate it, but everything that I've done since the day that I thought anything was possible, because I didn't think this was possible. This is a lie for me. If I would tell it to the Pablo of 18-year-old, he wouldn't believe this was possible in such a short time. It was impossible. I mean, has no sense if I tell that to that young kid,
right.
but it's been possible.
Something. I bet your dad is very proud and has noticed a huge change in you. I bet he would say that you have matured, that you are a complete different person. And has he commented anything on your like
I was
mindset, your personal growth? What has he said?
I was gonna talk about that, because another thing that makes me very happy is that my family finally acknowledged me as someone that has done something. I mean, my younger brother, he's a football player in Spain, in the second division. I don't know, table, or the league, or that thing, in a team called Extremadura, and we're both successful right now, and that's something that makes us very happy, because our parents were very, very, I mean, hard on us.
Right.
They didn't give us no chance to feel defeated, or to not do anything. I mean, they expected the best from us, and I think that today we've given that to them, and I hope we can give it every day to them, because making your people, your family proud, it's something very crazy, and it's something very, very, that makes me very happy. So I mean, that's another thing that's very nice, and having the time today, and I mean, like, the resources, and financial things, to not only live myself, but to help them and make different type of things. It's very nice. So that's another thing that makes me very proud and very happy of taking the decision of beginning to do something like Gano Excel.
That is amazing. So let me say a couple of things. So to all the young out there that are listening to our Diamond, because that's the rank that he has in our company. Wow, he said that you just have to want it. You have to be hungry enough and have resilience. And I loved that you said, when I asked you how did you do it, and you said you just show up. You just show up and you just do it. So pretty much that tells me, doesn't matter if you're scared, you just do it. You just move and you just have resilience. That is amazing. Thank you so much. That's just so motivational. It's just wow, encourages me and everybody who is going to listen to you. So
Thank you.
let me ask you one more thing. What do you have like a book, or is there anything that you would encourage these people who are listening to you? Anything that can like give them more fire than, I mean, after listening to you, I am on fire, and I bet that they are on fire. So is there anything else that you want to tell them? And
Well, there is this guy who I profoundly admire him and respect him. His name is Les Brown. He's from the United States.
right.
I mean, that guy, oof, he blew my mind out. There's this in YouTube. There's this video called "What It Takes to Be Hungry." White pace to be hungry, and that I remember when I saw that video like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I mean, I understood many things of life. I understood that having legs, arms, and having will in your heart, that's the only thing you need to make things happen. That guy is crazy. It's absolutely crazy, literally. That guy, I mean, it was amazing when I heard him. And even today, I keep listening to him because it gives me that fire inside so I can keep achieving new goals every day. Because if you don't, if you don't, I mean, the gift from God to us was life. So our gift to God is how we live our life. So if we don't literally make something crazy and good out of this, then what are we doing with our own lives, with our gifts? So I think that that's everything I can tell you.
Wow.
There are a lot of guys here in Colombia that I like listening to, but I don't think that they would be useful for the people that are listening this video. But Les Brown, I mean, crazy Tony Robbins, obviously, and some of this guys that are in the states that I listen to, I try every day. They just have helped me a lot to make things happen in this very, very, very nice process.
Thank you so much, Pablo, for sharing your story with us, for sharing your time, and for setting us on fire. It's just awesome. So I wish you all the best of lucks again. And wow, I cannot imagine how proud your family must feel right now. And well, I guess hope you keep completing all your dreams. So it was
Thank
awesome.
you very much, Linda. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure being with you today. So I hope this is of great use for the people who is listening to it.
Oh,
I
I
hope
think
to meet you all. Okay, goodbye, goodbye.
thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.